if everything kind of looks the same, how do you differentiate the stuff that is not worth even spending 1 second researching and others that could actually be a decent long-term investment?
Yeah, this is the hardest thing in NFTs today, and this is what kind of keeps me up at night is trying to figure this out. I look at, asking a few simple questions like why are we here? Why are we doing this, and why are we doing it with an NFT? Sometimes there's a really good answer to that, and if there is, that can make a project really interesting. Or maybe you're building something that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. Some of the metaverse projects are kind of using NFTs and digital land sales as a financing round, if you will. So you're not actually buying equity in the project, but you're buying land on the digital platform. So like the Sandbox is a good example of that, on the Ethereum blockchain. So it also opens up a different financing option. If you're in that sense, it is kind of like buying a stock. So that's kind of the way that I think of it. I'm investing in this project. I own an NFT in this project. If this project continues to build over time, then my NFT should be more valuable. But it's really hard, and there's no perfect answer. And the way that I kind of like to think about it is that I think 90% of these are probably going to go to zero. Of the 10% that are left, maybe 1% of those are going to, rise in value significantly. So I'm trying to focus on that 10% and find as many of those 1%ers as I can. But I mean, it's the Wild West out there right now. But this is why I say it's a lot like it was in the 90s and when companies were popping up and going publicly traded based on the number of eyeballs that they had on their websites. So that's kind of I think the analogy is, what I want people to take away from this is there are interesting things happening in NFTs. You don't have to buy them, but I think everybody should be aware of them right now, because the use cases are growing and getting more and more interesting. And I think the barriers are falling as we start to move away from things like having to buy Ethereum to buy an NFT, or paying gas fees, or understanding what minting is, and like all this complicated stuff that doesn't really matter. What matters is what's the utility, and some of those pictures are starting to come together, and that's what's really exciting to me at the end of the day.